fighting for. Is that a song? I don't know if that's a song or not. It's Comics and Shots, a completely improvised semi-comedic musing by Howard Stern's Mick the Nerd, aka YouTube and TikTok's Mick the Man, aka Mick the Maverick, aka a guy who feels like someone's just stabbing him right in the ankle at any given moment. I don't know who they are, but they're annoying. Today's subject: how Kraven the Hunter is the most inconsistent Spider-Man or possibly Marvel villain. I would like to say that weird Kraven the Hunter movie, did that even come out or not? I don't know. Did anyone even watch that? Is the start of it, with him making him like an anti-hero and, getting bitten by a lion and getting superpowers. So I guess he's a lion totem bearer now. Oh god, we're bringing in the totem nonsense. Wonderful. But that wasn't really the start of his inconsistency. It's, a big part of it has to be, and I don't want to insult this book, because it's a good book. Squirrel Girl, I think Ryan North's Squirrel Girl. Yeah, where it's like, he's basically like a fun-loving gym teacher in that. And that got really confusing, because supposedly that book is canon to the main Marvel universe, where Kraven is one of the worst villains Spider-Man ever faced, and did some truly, truly horrifying shit. And after coming back to life once or twice or 50 million times, who gives a crap anymore, keeps on doing horrible shit. And, the last son of Kraven is still also a villain, but tries to be slightly less horrible than his dad. Slightly, a little more honorable, or whatever. I don't even know. I read Zebwell's Run in pieces. I couldn't read it in one whole thing. It gave me a headache. But yeah, the character it's weirdly inconsistently written. Sometimes he's really wise and like in an honorable, like Klingon kind of way. Other times he's just a dumbass supervillain. Like I remember like that one issue, one of the last issues where Ian Lee like wrote it technically, where it's like he brainwashed the Gibbon to fight Spider-Man. And there's a lot of times when Kraven will just brainwash monsters or supervillains to fight Spider-Man, and it's like, the big game hunter thing is just kind of like window dressing at this point. Yeah. And am I right in thinking that he was kind of one of Spider-Man's worst early villains? One of them, like, at least recurring? Like, I like Kraven, but it kind of feels like they keep trying to up the ante of both horror and ability for Kraven, and they don't know what to do with him anymore. To the point where the original Kraven, that one died, so they just said, oh, this is the last son of Kraven. This is his son, who's a clone and a totally different guy. So we technically at least have like a literary fresh start to go on here. Yeah. Ugh. And even more so, it's just hard to adapt into like a single movie, I guess, because Sony, for some reason, doesn't believe that you can just make a movie about a goddamn villain without making them an anti-hero. Not every villain has to become an anti-hero. I'm sorry. It's like Poison Ivy, Harley Quinn, Magneto, villains turned anti-heroes. Technically the Beetle. Actually, I'm on the fence on the Beetle myself. You don't have to turn every villain into an anti-hero to keep them interesting. Like, they can be sinister bastards. Literally sinister, in this case, because it's Kraven. Sinister 6. Yeah. Ugh. Yeah. Ugh. I have no solution to the Kraven problem. I have no solution to that confusing Squirrel Girl plot hole where he's super nice in that, but still a supervillain in Spider-Man. They kind of loosely address that in Nick Spencer's run, where it's like Kraven looks at a squirrel, and it looks like he was trying to be a good person, and I guess that's the canon now, but it was still weird. I have no solution to Kraven. I just hope they figure out a way to make the concept of Kraven interesting in outside media and also still relevant in the comics. And I'm doubtful of both because I don't give a crap about The Last Son of Kraven. I read a little bit of Zeb Wells' run where it's like he has like the spear with Norman Osborn's sins or whatever, and it's like I don't care about this guy. Oh, he's banging the Goblin Queen. Who cares? I don't care. I honestly don't care. Ugh. Yeah. I don't know what to do. Don't know what to tell you, Marvel. Just try. Just try. Possibly make a new villain that isn't just one of Peter Parker's old friends that turns evil and gets a purple costume. But, I know that's your go-to. Yeah, well. With that, like, comment, and subscribe. Donate if you're feeling nice. Share it with a bear. And always remember, praise be to the Blood Elk, fear the Stabopotamus, and death to Kronos. Also, he's a technical genius. That doesn't get brought up enough. Have a night, folks.